Hey everyone, welcome back to the Far Cry 1 walkthrough on the PC. This is mission 13, Cooler. When we start off, there's going to be two enemies in this hallway area, one on the right there and coming through here, and one on the left. What I like to do is wait until the guy on the right shows up. So you'll see here he is. So we're going to go to the left. As he's doing his little animation there, we're going to sneak past him. And we're going to jump. Crap. Sometimes you can get past. Sometimes you can't.
Not everything they were storing was, shall we say,
Now, as people start infighting,
We'll hold here and try to stop them.
now I've made a grave error. Interesting, those guys normally don't shoot. Because I've pushed my V key, which is my lie down key, whatever you want to call it, I can no longer uncrouch from that position. So if I let go of my keyboard, I do that. And it's incredibly annoying. I have no idea why this game does that. But there's a second alien guy in here. So I'm going to throw a couple of rocks and wind them up. Sounds like two of them are still alive. So we can use a little redirection here. We can go back over the other side. This is the hardest part to start with. You're pretty much thrown straight into it. And it's a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie. I've died quite a few times trying to get through this part. And it reminds me how brutal this game is. So these guys are, they're hard. Just gonna sit back a little bit, wait for the old night vision to reaccumulate. Throw a couple of rocks to wind them up. Oh, if I was quick enough, that would have been a good shot right there. Okay, so that's one down. However, we have a second guy. And he can be a little bit harder. Oh yes, I've tagged him. Perfect, now you can keep track of where he is. I'm hoping he'll go in some sort of pattern where I can get him. Unfortunately with this part it's a patience game. My night vision's running out. It's very frustrating. So I'm just going to stay put here just for a while I wait for that to rebuild. The old night vision sucks. And to be honest, the start of this map sucks. I don't like gameplay where you're sitting and waiting. There is a way you can just sort of blast through this, but yeah. We're almost there. I like to wait until it goes past the little plus sign. Okay, now he's dead. Praise the Lord. Now, the two guys earlier, they're going to be stuck in this door. Now, can I press... Finally, I can unpress my V key. So we're going to just sprint over to the right, the very far right, hide. Basically, what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to get them to fire their rockets at the door frame. It's a bit risky, but it saves a huge amount of ammo because they end up damaging themselves. The only problem with this method is the rockets can sometimes not hit the door frame and hit you. And unfortunately with this game you can't sprint. Well, you can, but not for long, so it's hard to predict. When they're not going to hit the door frame. Now I think one of them's dead yet. So there's two in there. Looks like the door's shut though. I don't believe from those sounds that the other guys died. So you know what, we are going to carry on. There's some ammo here that these other guys have dropped if you need it. It's normally some health and armor and stuff. I'm actually going to save that just for a moment, and what I like to do is on this door on the right is just walk in and out. And then I'm just gonna hide. Just back here. And you do have to be careful because there's a bunch of guys in there. And as you can hear, an alien dude with the rocket launcher. One of them's gonna win. It's either gonna be the group of guys or the rocket launcher guy. It sounds like the... Oh.
Suck on this!
Oh. Aha. Now, a good lot of the time, it's the rocket launcher guy that lives. It's health, a key card down here, which we need to progress. Sure you reload as much as possible. On the left side, there's some grenades and things like that, which we will be using later. Now, let's have a look down here. To me, does sound like that guy is still alive. However, to coax him out, very risky. And to be honest, unless you're going for 100% of the kills, I would advise not even bothering. Okay, he's there. So we could do the same. Might not be... Oh, see, now this is the problem. I wonder if I can just do that. Piss him off enough where he will just start shooting rockets. Trouble with this, because he's open the door up, we do actually have to kind of deal with them. Okay, he is dead. That's fantastic. Now there is, you probably didn't see it, but when we were going around this pipe, we started the map. This is what annoys me about this game. This tiny little ridge stopped. Can't walk over it. Like, come on. Those little gaps will hang you up. But yeah, there's some grenades, a little bit of health, stuff like that. Nothing too exciting. And of course we started off here. Now, yeah, you definitely don't want to run to the right like we just did, because you can't get through there. And yeah, and you'll be straight in the middle of the battle as such. Now, with this next area, I am still going to try and save this armor because it can be a little bit tricky. So I'm just going to have a drink of water here. Sorry about that. Okay. So you can hear what we're going to do is straight away get that open straight away as soon as you hear the gunfire.
You want a piece of me?
Okay. Not too bad. Get all the weaponry loaded here. So around this area there is going to be various armor and health. Now the decision, do I go back and use my resources? No. I'm going to hang fire just a little bit longer. And we're gonna sneak forward. Now keep an eye on the right. Sometimes there's someone in this air vent, but it looks like those two guys there have been dealt with. Now, when you back up, be careful on your left because there's an air vent that I'm walking backwards behind now. And Trojans can come through this left side air vent. Okay, that's everyone dealt with. Now, I am going to go back and grab all the supplies. It's important to stock up when you can. I'm going to save that health. I'm going to go back past here, grab grenade. It's one of the few maps where I actually use a few grenades. Any supplies? Looks like I've already grabbed the health. So I'll grab this one and that. Got a little bit of armor, not a lot. I took a pretty big hit on those first couple of guys at the start of the map. It's a shame. Okay, now next area. I'm going to go to the left side.
I've sealed the way to the elevator to prevent the Trojans from leaving. Find a way to the security room to unlock the door.
So, what I'm gonna do is there's two soldiery people in here with the... Actually, I can't even remember what they're called. I like to tag them while they're distracted.
Did you hear that?
But you've got to be super careful.
Where did he go?
Sounds like a soldier's actually survived.
What happened here?
Interesting, I haven't had this situation before. Fascinating. Okay, well, that was interesting. This game, I swear, it changes stuff up when you exit and load. So you'll practice for one method, and then you'll end up using a different one. Anyway, it's health down here, grenades, which we will need later. So there's normally two of these dudes in here, and they normally take care of all of the soldiers. But it appears that this time around, they're the ones that have been taken out. And I normally use that door that we came through as a bit of a hold point through there, and try and coax them over to my position. Now, this next area. Lost my bearings there for a second. So we came through here. The only door that we can get back through is here. So we go into the archives. Inside of this area, when you step forward, there will be two Tridents that will spawn in down at the back. While they're down there, I like to get my rocks ready, but there's a guy on the left. I like to get him sort of coaxed out while the Tridents are coming to my position, because he will often try and take care of them, or he'll die himself, which means one less enemy that you have to take care of. And I'm going to go back over to this side here to back right up, because when they come through this door they lunge at you, and that sucks. Okay, let's see how we go. So now that I've thrown some rocks, I'm going to sprint back over here. I'm going to use this door as my hold position. Ah, great.
Freeze! Your ass is grass.
This is... This is not good. That's not good. Normally, they'll come out. And they're not. Which, guess what? Means you have to coax them out. Great. Well, you know what? If they're gonna stay down there like that, we'll just sort them out. Now I am going to, of course, go back around, grab some more ammo. I'd love some armor. Sadly, we don't get any more for a little bit longer. So we'll just try and do the best we can here. Seems I've had my resources rather drained. Okay, now down here we have three soldiery mutant things. One on the left and two on the right. And what I like to do is throw 2 grenades on the left to make sure he's taken care of, and 2 or 3 grenades on the right. So we're just gonna just until you see him there. 1, 2. Now I'm gonna throw 2 in here. Maybe even 3. Now there is one more guy, and he'll be on the left. Whoops, that's a grenade I didn't mean to throw, and that's exactly why I need to remap my keys. So now I've used all my grenades up and I have to backtrack again. Good grief. I've let out a sigh of relief because these guys have given me a lot of problems in the past, so yeah. Grab up some ammo. Of course we can't go through that door. And guess what? I'm backtracking to pick up grenades because we're gonna need them, sadly. It's the only thing that annoys me about this game is all the backtracking and stuff that you have to do. And in these events I've had a bit of a look around. I couldn't find any armor, ammo, stuff like that, which is a shame they don't all just interconnect, that you have access to. Man, I'd love some armor. So I already grabbed stuff over there. What about here? 1 grenade. And we're good for smoke grenades. I believe that should be the last time I have to backtrack to this area. So we'll carry on. This riveting gameplay. If the rest of the map is going to be like this, I'm a little bit worried because a lot of my practice runs are based around this current strategies I am showing. And I wouldn't mind them working, especially when you're trying to do a walkthrough. However, the same amount of enemies do apply. What tends to change is who dies and who wins. I don't know how that is determined when you close and open the game, but evidently it seems to change every now and then. Okay, left side here. This is where that first guy was hiding. I believe there are some supplies somewhere around here. Here we go, we've got some shotgun ammo, grenade. Handy. This door won't open, and I don't believe there is a way to actually get into this room. So we'll go back. This door here, of course, doesn't work. Definitely changing my grenade status to rocks because I fumble the keyboard, end up shooting off a grenade. So we'll go back down to where the two soldiery, annoying mutant guys were. And we'll go up here. Section B. Now the only door that you can go through, there is one Trigen on the right. Okay. Now that he's dead, it's the only enemy in this area. There is some ammo. Yes, I see it. Shotgun ammo. Now, this next area. What I like to do is let the Trigen on the right go through and try and kill some soldiers on the left in the little room to reduce the enemy count. So what we'll do is we'll get him going here. And then we're going to hide just in case. We are definitely going to be backing up. Just in case he comes through that door. Now, normally the soldiers win, however, this walkthrough, as per usual. Interesting. I can hear him. And there's definitely a soldier still alive. Unfortunately, again, I need to wait for my stupid night vision. Frustrating. This is actually not a bad game, but some of the level design, if you're playing, well, to be honest, if you're not doing a walkthrough, it's actually not too bad because you can just reload. But if you're trying to record a whole game run in one hit like I am, it's a pain in the butt. But for everyone else playing, the night vision is definitely the thing that's going to annoy you probably the most, as well as some of those starting areas, or you know, those sort of things where you're hiding events, or you've got to use a strategy to pick enemies off carefully, otherwise you'll just get slaughtered. That sort of stuff slows the gameplay down considerably. So we're gonna wait for this to reload. I'm gonna be painful and wait for it to go all the way, just because I'm gonna need the extra help. Okay, now there's normally 3 enemies, soldiers in this area. However, the Trigens should have taken care of some of them. I suspect what we heard was a ghost voice. And what that normally means is the enemies died before you progressed to a point where they let their sounds out. So there's defined dialogue, and if you don't trigger it, it sounds like you've got enemies still alive, like just now. Which is really great when you think there's people still alive. There is armor, ammo, health. Definitely top yourself up, because you're going to need the help. We're going to
That was the
open
last security switch.
the next elevator. And what I'm going to do is go back up the stairs, you guessed it. I'm going back to get that shotgun ammo. Ah, I thought it was shotgun ammo. Must be for the other weapon I've got here. So, on the right side we're taken back to a familiar area, and on the left this next elevator should now be available. Now, before I go through this door, on the left side of the hallway there's going to be a soldier guy. If you don't step into this hallway, you won't trigger the 2 Trigens that will eventually come for you. So what I like to do is take care of the soldier guy first, make sure you're all settled, your night vision's all reloaded, then step in, step back out somewhat to let the Trigens come for you. Okay. Now, then the next 2 Trigens won't come for you until you step into the hallway. So with the night vision fully topped up, okay, so they're taken care of, and I need to go back for an ammo top up. So annoying. Thankfully we don't have to go too far. Okay, now I wish the rest of this map wasn't as hard. Sadly, it is. This map is well, I'm not going to swear too much, but I really want to. So, we have this elevator to the right. We have some supplies, which are protected by a small lip that I can't get over without jumping. What a cactus bit of map design. I am reluctantly going to save that. It is a full armor top up. I'm trying to use my resources as wisely as possible because we need to save every bit. Okay, so this next area is a bit of fun. There are a couple of big old dudes with the rocket launchers that we encountered at the start of the map. There's also 3 or 4 soldiers. What I like to do when I go down the elevator is get the attention of one of the rocket launcher guys, which will trigger him to move down the stairs. When he's moving down the stairs, a bunch of other soldiers will come up on the catwalk above. We're going to try and tag some of them just to keep, track of them. Then we're going to take this elevator back up and let them infight. Typically, and I say typically, the 2 rocket launcher dudes will be left on lower health, which means when we do go back down the elevator, we can pick them off just a little bit easier. So let's see how this goes. So with the light off, we're going to get the binoculars out in night vision mode, and then we are going to stay to the right side of the elevator to tag the first dude. Once we've tagged him, we're going to move to the left side of the elevator as to not get absolutely shot. Just like that. Now, typically... okay, get that elevator back up. Throw a couple of rocks while you're going up, just to wind them up. And unfortunately, we have to wait. But I'd rather let them infight. A bit of a whole cop-out strategy. I mean, it's not like you're going in guns blazing, but honestly, trying to deal with those rocket guys and the soldiers is pretty hard. Now, our orientation for this elevator is this. Oh yeah. Now as soon as that stops, we're gonna get going back down. Okay, let's see who's left alive. Two. Okay. Oh. Excuse the heavy breathing, but that went not bad. Okay. Whew. This is a hard game. I'm not kidding. So, somewhere around here there should be a little more ammo, armor. There's some over there. Got a little bit. This door, you can go through this and kind of well, not shortcut, but there's two ways we can proceed. We can either go through this door on the left, open the security gate, which will open this one, but then we're dealing with all the soldiery doodad, alien soldiery mutant dudes, because there's about 3 of them in there. Plus, there is a bunch of dudes in this next room behind here. Either way, we're gonna have to deal with them. And then there's like 3 or 4 dudes on in this room here on the left and hallway as such. What I like to do is not go through this door here. I like to go up the catwalk and work my way down, because we can trigger a well, not a cutscene, but you know, like an infight where hopefully some of these guys will take care of the soldiery people, the alien soldiers. Once again, stairs and lips causing us grief. There's no supplies typically around this catwalk. So, this is directly above that big landscape orientated door.
You're going down!
What I like to do I like to kind of tag them if possible, so you can keep tabs if they've died. And normally these guys will die. Or one of them will be left, like this, just constantly shooting. As frustrating as it is worth just waiting just a few minutes to see if he can take care of any of them. Normally he doesn't. It's a real painful thing. But those alien shooter guys, they jump and fly around the bottom of the map there, and they're a pain in the ass.
I'm gonna drop your ass. You want a piece of me?
Just another typical belly end part of the map.
Bring it on! I'm gonna tear you a new one.
So they're all shooting against each other there. Oh, it sounds like he got one of them.
Bite my ass!
So you know what? I'm just gonna wait just a few more minutes here.
You're mine! I'm gonna mess you up.
It looks like there are potentially 2 soldiers.
Die! Die! Die!
Now down to maybe 1.
This!
And it sounds like we've got 2 soldiers. So what I'm gonna do,
Tear you up! Yeah, yeah!
ah! Oh man, that doesn't normally happen. God damn. Okay. Well now. That was crap. Oh, this game. Oh, jeez. We need to go back. Health, armor. So that is a little weird. Normally that they don't come up and around like that. Normally they're stuck down on the bottom of the map there. And you have to sort of pick them off. I feel a bit bad because as much as it damaged me, it's actually helped me quite a bit, because you normally struggle really badly in that area trying to get them picked off, because they're jumping around and they shoot you, and you know, you're trying to aim at them. So we're just gonna fully top up. And go back. Honestly, not too bad. Now, just in case anyone's decided to come out of that bottom door, I'm going to turn my night vision on. As I said, there are more enemies behind there. There is some supplies there, but I'm not going near that door until I've purged them out. So yeah, every single time I've practiced this map, I've yet to have that particular outcome. Now, unfortunately, what I need to now do is wait for my night vision to recover, because we are going to need it on this next section. Normally, what happens with this area... Ah, already topped up. The alien dudes will be jumping all around here, coming up the stairs, around over here, jumping to the right, hiding behind these pylons. They'll come up around this sort of catwalk area around the air vents. Painful. Yeah. Hard to deal with. We'll be back to this area soon. In the meantime, we have health, armor. Keep that in mind, because we're probably going to need it. So, we're going to sneak around to the left side of this door here. Try and open this up. And there's going to be one dude here, initially.
What is going on?
Okay, what I'm now going to do is go back here like this. Let them come to me. Ideally, that's how that should go. Not too bad. Now, I will be honest, my memory is actually a little bit foggy in the fact I can't remember if there are any more enemies. I know there'll be potentially one more in the next room to that left side. So as we move up, I'm going to allow my night vision to charge. It's kind of a strategy. That way your vision is fully good. Okay, it looks like we've already killed him, which is great. There's normally one guy hiding in here. So grab the various bits of ammunition, health if you need it, and over here we have that big wide door, which is here, which is now unlocked. Now I believe there were supposed to be some supplies. Yeah, those are just the standard ones hiding behind here. However, they do exist if you need them. There's some grenades here if you need them. And this is the area... Oh, shit, someone's still alive. Is there two of them? Jesus. What the hell? I thought I got all of them. Okay. Stuck on the door. Ugh. Good grief. Definitely go back for armor, if possible, and ammo, anything. The future areas are rather difficult. Man, use my P90 or whatever you call it ammo. That's okay. Didn't want to use that. You don't get much of it. Much ammo for it, so I was trying to save that. So we're almost done. We only have 3, well actually maybe 5 more enemies left. Stupid door. Actually, I wonder if these guys that I killed have anything. Where are their weapons? Gosh. Being pedantic, I just wouldn't mind it if I can top it up. Normally on the left there's some stuff hiding as well. Sometimes armor from a fallen soldier. That's odd. Oh! Ah, are you kidding me? Okay. Well, that was a bust. So, now that I've fallen off that ledge, I need health. Top that up. So, what we have to do now to get out of this level is flood this floor to get up to here where these lights are.
I'm stuck here, Doyle. Any ideas?
The path to Val appears to be sealed. I suggest you find a way to flood the mutagen tank chamber, then try and swim up to the next section.
So, we have to turn this. Before you turn it, just make sure that your oxygen level, the blue bar on the bottom right there, is full, because you're going to have to do a bit of swimming.
That's got it. Good call, Doyle.
And cue loud, annoying music. And yes, this is as fast as I can move. It's a bit odd, but I like to wait for that music there just to finish, because we kind of need to concentrate for this next section. This map is painful at the start and an absolute bastard at the end. I tell you what. So, I've tried a few strategies for this next part. None of them are foolproof. If I die, I'm not starting this whole recording again. I'm going to just reload to hopefully we can get this. But what I'm going to do is select my smoke grenades. As soon as we drop down to this room here, you want to throw 2 or 3 smoke grenades as soon as possible to cover your position, because there's going to be one rocket launcher guy down the end there, and he comes at you fast with well, not fast, but shoots a lot of rockets. They're very damaging. I die at my practice runs. I've died, well, about 80% of 75% of the time. I've yet to find an actual foolproof way, but however, to improve my chances, we're going to give this a go. So, with that being said, we got the smoke grenades ready. I might even just throw one now to get it going. We're going to jump down, throw another 2 or 3. Then we're just going to lay into this guy. Let's see how we go. Turn the night vision on. Throw. Shoot. Okay. Even though we didn't see the smoke, because of the water, the effect still worked. That went brilliantly. I have almost never been able to keep my my armor and health. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty bloody nervous to do that one. I normally die or lose all of the armor and 90% of my health. Now this next part's not too bad. We have 2 Tridents on the left side in this next room that we're going to take care of. Like that. Now, get your guns reloaded. What sucks about the end of this map is you use up grenades, armor, ammo, health just to finish it, which doesn't set you up particularly well for the next level. But through this next door, there's going to be 2 Tridents shooting at Valerie, or whatever her name is. And then once you kill them and you approach her, the level will end and we'll progress on to the next one. So, let's see how we go.
Come on, you bastards! You want some of this?
Didn't get a chance to reload.
I've been trying to call in help from outside to get us out of here, but there's a problem.
What's up, Harland?
Krieger has set up an electromagnetic field which is blocking any external transmissions. We're being jammed.
We're gonna have to take that out.
I'll pick you up real soon. I should be able to get you to the source of the field. There's a secondary exit in that room, and I'm in a cruiser right outside.
That'll also put us near Krieger's main compound. Maybe I can take a look around and see what we can do to shut it down.
Do whatever you want, but as soon as we get a signal out, I'm done. I'm not even getting paid for this crap.
And with that, that's a first for me. I haven't seen that before. But technically we've completed the level. Did it finish? That's all gone missing. Great. We might have to just quit. On that note, with the game data being corrupt, that's the end of mission 13 there. Cooler. Thanks everyone for watching. Sorry for the delay in the Far Cry walkthrough series. I had to take a bit of a break from it. It's time consuming and difficult. I sure picked a good series to attempt a first walkthrough series with, but that's alright. Alright everyone, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys soon in the next one. Bye for now.